Work time. Got a relatively late start today, but I was doing laundry, so it's all good. And I wasn't trying to take a lot of work. I'm trying to make the maximum amount of money for the minimum amount of output. But isn't that something that we all try to do? But it's something I was talking about between. It started like 2, 3 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while to go to bed, but 2 or 3 in the morning, people were just debating over Trump, like how they always do. And it's usually when like a leftist or a liberal talks about Trump, it's just all one-sided. You know? It's all bashing him. And if you have any opinion that is different from what the majority of individuals who are bashing him are saying within that thread, then automatically you are perceived as someone who loves Trump. And it's kind of my fault for even entertaining these conversations. But a lot of times, if something doesn't make sense, if something doesn't look right, you know, or if I see something that's just blatant bullshit, I'm the first to be like, yo, that's not what was said, or so-and-so didn't say that. You know what I mean? And then when you do that, people, they interpret as you loving that individual. You know? You can say, oh, I saw Angelina Jolie cut the head off of a baby, and then she held the baby over her head and she drank the blood. Like, the fuck? And I'll say something like, she ain't do that. Come on, man. Like, I know you hate her, but you don't gotta make shit up. Like, oh shit, you love Angelina Jolie. So it's like, when somebody dislikes somebody, right? That somebody could say anything about that person. Doesn't matter. You could say any fucking thing that you can imagine, no matter how far-fetched, no matter how outrageous, as long as it's negative, you can say it. And if somebody else calls bullshit on one of the things that you say, you automatically love that person. When the fuck did we become so closed-minded? When the fuck did we become so childish? Damn, she's sexy. If y'all can see what I'm saying. When did we become so childish, you know, when it comes to debating and differences of opinion? Motherfuckers 35, 40, 50 years old. If you don't believe something that somebody believes, or if you don't like share their political ideology or train of thinking, the first thing they do is call you a name. Like, that's some shit we did like when we was in 2nd or 3rd grade. Why can't it be like, hey, well, this is what I believe, this is what you believe, whatever, fuck it, and just keep it moving. Whatever happened to that, man? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to, like, I refuse to say the phrase, but it's a phrase that everybody says, so I'll just say it just to appease you that believe in this bullshit ass phrase, but the phrase agree to disagree. I hate that fucking phrase, man, because if I don't agree with you, it's already implied that we disagree. You don't have to say agree to disagree. It's some passive aggressive bullshit, and it's some shit that like control freaks say when they have an inability to debate. Most time I'll just stop talking. You know, eventually, you know, once I get it all out of my system, I'll keep it moving. You know, but just because I don't hate the way you hate doesn't mean I love who you hate. That's so fucking. Where did we learn this? Like, did we go to college? I mean, did we learn this in elementary school? Like, who's teaching this bullshit? You know, if you're trying to, and I see this on the left side way more than I see it on the right. And that shit is mad immature, and it's extremely childish. You know, if you was trying to sway me to vote on somebody, you know, and I just looked at a group of individuals and how they acted, the left act childish as fuck, man. When it comes to trying to sway, if you don't vote for who we vote for, you ain't black. That's the mindset. That shit is stupid. That's the mentality. That shit is silly. And I'm not even really paying attention to comments on this. I'm just talking right now. I'm not gonna let nothing derail me. This is why we stream, to say what we gotta say, and you gotta listen. If you don't like it, you can bounce. It's no big deal. But people are so willing to make enemies over other people that they know in real life just because they share a difference of opinion. What the fuck is wrong with y'all people, man? You know what's funny? A lot of people say, oh, Mo, you love Trump, you defending Trump. Just because I'll call out some bullshit that he didn't say, or, you know, you'll interpret something like totally wrong, and I'm like, that's not what the motherfucker meant. Y'all take that as me loving him. But if I hated Trump, let me ask you this question. Can anybody answer this? Whoever's gonna watch this on the flip side or whatever. Can you show me a post where I ever shitted on Joe Biden? Can you show me a post where can you show me a status that I've ever made about Joe Biden? The big thing, you know, the big attack that a lot of rightists, because I'm not leftist or right, I'm in the middle. I'm in between. I lean more towards the right, but can you show me any status of where I made fun of Joe Biden when they was calling him Creepy Joe? Can you show me that? I'm waiting. That would be, if I loved Trump so much, that's a perfect opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying, with the Me Too movement and all this bullshit, call somebody a sexual predator. That's the go-to thing to do to disarm a motherfucker that's in political office. So why am I not joining in those chants? Because I think it's bullshit. My opinion, I think he's just an affectionate old man that's handsy. A lot of older people are like that. A lot of older people are affectionate. You know what I mean? That's why I never joined in the chants. But at the same time, I never made a status defending him when it came to that. You know, because people are very sensitive with the Me Too type shit. And if a woman accuses, or, you know, if a man is accused of doing some creepy shit to females, and you don't think it's what people are saying what it is, automatically you're defending a rapist. You know what I'm saying? Automatically you're enabling an abuser. So that's why I never made a status about that. Damn, the fucking DJs is lit right now. This shit crazy. But that's all I'm saying. Yo, some of y'all people is mad, immature. That shit is silly. Like, I understand I'm a comedian, you know, and I make jokes and I make light of things. That's what I do. But when it comes to just blind logic and blind hate and just shitting on people and trying to make people feel bad about themselves and making fun of them just because they don't think the way you think, y'all, some of y'all got some mental issues that really need to be addressed. My bad. Some of y'all got mental issues that need to be addressed rather. A few things you can't find on my Facebook statuses. You can't find a status of me saying how much I love Trump and I'm going to vote for him and dedicate my life to Trump. You can't find a status of me bashing Joe Biden and saying I hate Joe Biden and don't vote for Joe. And you can't find a status of me calling Joe Biden Creepy Joe or anything like that. The only thing I do is when people make up something that's egregious that doesn't make any sense, I'll stand against it. I'm like, nah, that's not what was said. Like I said this before on another one of my videos. I said Trump sticks his foot in his mouth so many times, man, and on so many different occasions that, you know, if you have a campaign against him, you don't have to make some shit up. You don't have to make up some shit, you know, just to add fuel to the fire. Because what's going to happen is when you fabricate, oh, Trump drank bat's blood, Trump raped the baby, Trump did X, Y, Z, and when all these things come out that it's not true, it's going to make him look that much stronger. His whole fake news campaign is going to seem that much stronger. Because that's fake news right there when you're saying some shit or like spinning his words and twisting shit, things that he didn't say, and when it comes out to be false, you hurt your case. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not obsessing over these politicians, man. Doesn't help me in life. There's a few things. There's a few addictions that I'm working on. I haven't drank in 13 months. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm working on my my libido. my sexual addictions. You understand what I'm saying? There's things that I'm trying to do to reprogram my mind to be a more productive member of society. You understand what I'm saying? And me just, I hate Trump, just saying that 30 times a day, making all posts and not, like, okay, I can see, like, say if you hated Trump, but you're gonna make yourself a politician and try to battle against him or try to, like, push some campaign, that makes sense. But even people that, like, push campaigns and they're really serious about campaigns, man, I feel like the ones that really win aren't doing underhanded tactics like fueled by hate in order to win. Y'all not making no sense. But I mean, it's definitely a form of propaganda. And like, the more you say you hate something, the more you sway people. So I totally get it, but that's just not how I operate. If you say, listen, if you say some shit that's blatant bullshit, and what you say is fueled by emotion, and you do no type of research, you just like look at one headline or listen to one clip that's chopped up, and you do no types of research, don't get upset when people call your bluff and call your bullshit. People that actually took the time to research it and see what was actually said, and not the first line that was put out. Now, if you did a thorough research of it and then you gave your opinion, that's different. But people is running off of like people are straight up just running off of headlines. Running off of doctored audio and going off of Photoshop pictures and thinking that shit is real, man. That's all I had to say. If you don't like me because I think differently than you do, then keep it moving. Like, I'm 41 years old. Half of my life is gone. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have the time for this high school, middle school bullshit of worrying about people not liking me because my thoughts aren't congruent with their thoughts. That shit is mad immature. That shit is disgusting, yo. I don't got time for that mentality in my cipher, period. So if you don't want to deal with me because I don't think like you, you're actually doing me a fucking favor. You know what I'm saying? I don't give people stipulations of how to think and how to feel. As long as they're not harming anybody or destroying anybody, man, I could be cool with almost anybody. You know what I'm saying? You want to be racist? You got the right to be racist as long as you ain't hurting me. That shit don't affect. As long as you ain't taking from me, stabbing me up, shooting me, whatever. Do you, man? But that's all I had to say. I got to get in and get this bread. I will holler at y'all. Hashtag everybody need more green peas.